Welcome to battle number 3 of week number 5 of the FNF Victory Road Draft League Season 3. This battle is going to be pitting Startoad's team, which is Milwaukee Mudkips, versus Edgar's team, which is Canopy Black Egrets. The Mega Pokemon available in this battle is Mega Scizor on Startoad's team, and then we have Z-Any Latios Z-Attack Arcanine on Startoad's team, and we have Z-Any Braviary Z-Attack Garchomp on Edgar's team. So let's take a look at this battle. Both of these sides actually pretty bulky. All of Edgar's Pokemon actually can take a hit. So he does have a pretty iron wall defensive team. Startoad's team is pretty bulky as well. Florges, Bronzong, Mega Scizor, Arcanine. Heliolisk is the only one who stands out as really not bulky, and even then on the special side it is quite capable of taking a hit if it's not super effective. So we might see a little bit of a longer battle as it stretches out. Florges and Togekiss providing clerical abilities, which will allow Pokemon on both teams to have some longevity. So really interesting to see how it goes. Mega Scizor actually doesn't look too happy in this matchup. I'm sure that Edgar probably has some secret moves on some of the Pokemon as well, like Togekiss with Flamethrower and maybe Garchomp with Fire Fang to prepare for Mega Scizor. But it does look like Arcanine is maybe one of the ones who is a little bit more capable in this matchup, in my opinion, on Startoad's team. After an agility, it can take out Garchomp. It could deal big damage to a lot of things, and of course, take out Ferrothorn, which is going to be a big problem. On Edgar's team, he also has insurance for defogging. Latios is the only hazard remover with defog. Actually, Florges as well, or Scizor as well, I think. It usually doesn't run it, but defog could be very, very dangerous because Braviary could come in, take advantage of that defog, and then go for the sweep. So going to be a very interesting match for sure. I really think that both sides are going to do well. Both of them doing really well so far. Seeds 2 and 3 respectively. Edgar undefeated currently, and Startoad I think only lost one match. So this is definitely a hype match for sure, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's dig in and start. In terms of leads, I think we'll probably see, I'm going to guess Electros and Latios. And we have a very hype match going on, but while the match is going on, we're listening to Lacunosa Town, which is quite down-tempo of a theme, very calm and relaxed. I do like this theme quite a bit. I'm wondering, actually, now looking at it, I'm wondering how Startoad plans on plowing through Cofagrigus. It might be really hard, Cofagrigus getting wish support from Togekiss, for Startoad to plow through it, just because of how bulky it is. So that's something that I'm wondering. So we start with Zuko the Arcanine versus Chris the Ferrothorn, and Ferrothorn not going to want to stick around for this one. Zuko definitely in a more comfortable position. I think we'll probably see Garchomp come in and take that predicted Flare Blitz. Startoad probably going to capitalize off that. And there's the agility from Zuko. I do think that agility was a good move to use from Startoad's side. Cofagrigus Accident comes in, and there's a Flare Blitz. It's going to do 33% to Accident, who is extremely physically bulky. Zuko might not stick around. I think that Startoad's probably going to want to save it. Yeah, Cauliflower, the Florges comes in instead, and there's a Pain Split, bringing Accident back to 90%. Cauliflower at 86%. It's a good name for Florges for sure. The white Florges is Cauliflower. I really like that. So I'm wondering what Accident has to take on Florges. It's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. This is actually a moment where Ferrothorn can come back in, but Agnosia, the Electros, is actually the one who comes in, and the Moonblast is going to do 21% also, reducing Agnosia's special attack stat. Agnosia might go for that pivot with Volt Switch or U-turn, I'm not sure. Cauliflower, Moonblast is pretty standard on it. I don't know what the rest of the set is, but I am assuming that there's a Wish in there. I don't think Cauliflower necessarily has to switch out. Maybe Startoad's going to scout out what move Agnosia goes for. But score is still 6-6, and it's looking like it'll be a long, bulky match. So there's a U-turn from Agnosia. Probably going to see Ferrothorn come in to set up some Spikes or Stealth Rock. Indeed we do. Chris the Ferrothorn comes back in. And who will we see come in to take on Ferrothorn? I'm going to guess Latios to defog anything that Ferrothorn tries to set up with the Wish. It is pretty comfortable. But Cauliflower definitely doesn't want to stick around versus Chris. Even if it has Hidden Power Fire, it won't be enough. Arcanine is actually the one who comes in, and there is the Leech Seed from Chris on Zuko the Arcanine. I'm guessing we'll see Excident come back in. Chris probably going to go for a Protect, though. Tony Stark, the Scizor, comes in, and indeed, Excident, the Cough Egregious, comes in. Not a lot of damage being done to either side. Tony Stark goes for the Knockoff, though, and that's going to remove the Yapapa Berry. Okay, I was like, did it remove anything? So Excident now at 41%, but Tony Stark is burned, and as we remember, Cough Egregious does have Pain Split. So even having a lot of damage done, not going to do too much. The Shadow Ball hits Apololo, but Apololo is normal type, so it resists it. In comes Electros, and the Hyper Voice is going to hit Electros, doing 33%. Interesting call out probably to the Garchomp. 33% isn't enough to take down Agnosia, though, who appears to be vested, so I think Apololo probably switches out at this point. Indeed it does. Campana, the Bronzong, comes in, and there's a Drain Punch, which is only going to bring Agnosia back to 53%. Campana now at 91%, and free to set up a Stealth Rock if it so desires. Agnosia does have access to fire moves. I'm not sure if this set has it. We see the pivot, actually, the U-turn into who is the question. Into Garchomp. Generog the Garchomp is here, and the Stealth Rock from Campana is now up. We do know that Campana has Levitate. The Toxic is going to be used on Garchomp, but it does miss. And now this seems like a segue for Ferrothorn to come in, actually, to take that Toxic with ease and possibly be able to set up more. Yeah, Chris the Ferrothorn comes in. Good move by Edgar. The Light Screen is up on from Campana, but it's not going to help much versus Ferrothorn. And it's not a Light Clay one because we do know that Campana has leftovers. So this is a chance for Chris to set up some more now. Either Spikes or going for the Leech Seed. Arcanine, though, is going to come in, hindered by those rocks, intimidating Chris. And Spikes are now up on Startoad's side of the field. He really needs to find a way to get Latios or Florges in safely to go for a defog if he doesn't want this damage to keep on racking up. Cough Egregious is compromised, though, and actually one agility from Zuko could be pretty game-defining for Startoad right now. So Edgar's going to have to really take that into consideration. We might see Garchomp come in, but actually Florges comes in. Interesting decision. Cough Egregious comes in to face Florges. And Florges probably going to go for the defog. But Braviary, yeah, Braviary comes in. Will Florges go for the defog? No, the Moonblast, actually, it's going to do 40%. But the Defiant is triggered anyways by the Moonblast. And there, Jorge has the 2x attack. Oh my gosh, I knew that Edgar was going to bring Jorge in to try and take advantage of a defog. But now Jorge has that advantage as well, with the hazard still being there. Bronzong comes in, Campana the Bronzong, and there's a Z move. Is it going to be an all-out pummeling? No, it's a Supersonic Sky Strike. It does massive damage to Bronzong, bringing it down to 32%. Will Jorge be able to take out Bronzong? The superpower hits, and Bronzong's down. Score is now 5-6. Jorge compromised, however. Will Mega Sizzler be able to take out Jorge with a bullet punch? Actually, Jorge isn't that fast, so Latios will be able to take it out. Yeah, Hacks Magnet, the Latios comes out to take on Jorge, and the Defog instead of attacking, that's going to boost Jorge even more, and the U-turn takes out Latios. Score is 4-6. Jorge doing massive damage and still alive. Garchomp comes in now, and in comes Florges. Garchomp might have access to Iron Head though, so not super safe for Florges. We might see Ferrothorn come in indeed. Chris, the Ferrothorn, comes in, and there's the Moonblast. It's not going to do much to Chris, who is going to probably set up some Spikes or Stealth Rock yet again. And there's a Heal Bell from Cauliflower the Florges. There's a Leech Seed from Chris. We don't know if Chris has Gyro Ball, but I'm assuming it does. But a Wish goes up, actually, and there's the Spikes going up. And Chris probably going to go for a Leech Seed again. Yeah, there you go. The Leech Seed once again. Ferrothorn is just... oh man, Ferrothorn. So Excident comes in, and there's the Swords Dance from Tony Stark, the Scizor. Swords Dance might be enough to take out Excident with Knockoff. Indeed it is. The score is 4-6, and Excident goes down. Tony Stark is Leech Seeded, however, so something to take into consideration. I think Garchomp might come out now, or Ferrothorn. I think those are the only two Pokemon that could handle Scizor at this point, because everything else dies to a Bullet Punch. So yeah, I'm pretty certain we'll see Garchomp or Ferrothorn come out. The question is, which one? Score is 4-5. Garchomp is at, I believe, 100. Yeah, Garchomp's at 100%, so it is sitting pretty comfortably. I think Edgar just has to go for the Fire Fang, and that would be enough to take out Scizor. Who comes out is the question. I think it's going to be Garchomp. Indeed, Generog the Garchomp comes out. This is it. Does it have Fire Fang? That will be the question. Nothing really wants to switch into Generog. So Startoad is kind of at this crossroads where he's like, do I risk it and try to take out Generog, who's like the only one standing in my way from a sweep, or do I continue? Togekiss is not easily taken down by Arcanine. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting moment to see what he decides to do. Because Bullet Punch probably ain't going to be enough to take down Garchomp. Arcanine switches in actually to take that Earthquake. Will it work? Yeah, it's an Earthquake. I think he predicted Fire Fang, but it was actually Earthquake. And in comes Scizor again, probably taking advantage of that lowered attack. Ferrothorn comes in, and Scizor goes for the Roost. So it does have some longevity. He gave up Arcanine, and there's a Leech Seed from Chris yet again. Scizor is seeded, but Scizor can go for another Swords Dance. If he does, a Bullet Punch actually might be enough to take out Garchomp. What moves does Scizor have? Knockoff Swords Dance, Roost. One more Swords Dance. Is this it? Will Bullet Punch take out Genrog now? Oh man, this is exciting. The Earthquake doesn't do enough, and there's a knockoff actually from Tony Stark taking out Genrog. Oh, so we don't know the last move. I'm guessing it's Bullet Punch. Uh-oh. Scizor is looking very, very strong right now. I think Edgar can lure a move. Yeah, Edgar's best bet is going to be to lure a Bullet Punch from Scizor by sending out Togekiss or Braviary. Switch in Ferrothorn so Scizor gets the damage from the Iron Barbs and is Leech Seeded, and that might be enough to take out Scizor. Startoad is going to have to sense if that lure, he's going to have to really weigh his options and decide whether to go for the Roost or to go for the Bullet Punch. This next turn could be the game-defining turn. Or maybe he'll just switch Scizor back in, I don't know. Worthy of note is that Heliolisk still is pretty good versus the remaining Pokemon, generally speaking. Agnosia has 53%, so it's going to take 2 Hyper Voices to take it down, and Agnosia has Drain Punch, so something else to keep in mind. Yeah, this is a tough decision. This next turn and these next few turns are going to determine the match, I think. Edgar's gonna have to be very careful with what he decides to do. And Ferrothorn actually comes in. Interesting choice. Now Scizor could actually go for some Roosts. The Gyro Ball not going to do that much damage. Tony Stark at 55% now. But it's free to go for another Roost, actually. And that's exactly what Tony Stark decides to do. Gyro Ball not going to do that much damage. And another Swords Dance is up for Mega Scizor. And Spikes is set up from Ferrothorn. Startoad is keeping it cool, just restoring HP with the Roosts. And Knockoff is going to bring Chris down to 12%. More Spikes being set up. And another Protect. Knockoff not going to work this time. The big question is, what is the final move on Scizor? I'm assuming it has Bullet Punch. And there's Braviary. Tony Stark goes for the knockoff, though, taking out Jorge the Braviary. The score is 3-3. Actually surprised we didn't see a Roost. Startoad is keeping that last move secret. I don't know what it is, but Togekiss does outspeed Mega Scizor, so that's something to keep in mind. Bullet Punch won't take out Togekiss. I mean, sorry, unless it's Bullet Punch, Mega Scizor can't take out Togekiss unless Togekiss isn't invested in speed. And it is Bullet Punch. Down goes Dulce. Scores 3-2. Ferrothorn comes in. And Mega Scizor playing it safe, going for that Roost. Ferrothorn not doing much with Gyro Ball. And it seems like Knockoff is going to be the move. Yeah, Knockoff is the move that Mega Scizor uses versus Ferrothorn, and the last Pokemon to come in is Agnosia the Electros. Score is 3-1. And the Bullet Punch takes out Agnosia, and that is the match. It's a 3-0 victory for Startoad and Milwaukee Mudkips over Edgar and Canopy Black Egrets. Interesting match for sure. It looks like Startoad really took advantage of Ferrothorn by setting up with Scizor and going bulky. I'm surprised it didn't have superpower, but maybe it's because he wanted to play the long game. And Ferrothorn set up all of its hazards, well, all of its spikes rather, but ultimately Startoad kept Mega Scizor in. So really interesting match. Very, very interesting to see how these two teams are going. And yeah, tune in for some more Week 5 battles coming up. This is Noel from Hypno Slumber Party, and I'll see you then.